Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Disgruntled Ducks podcast. So today we have two very special guests today. One of them I've served with over down 29 Palms. Another one we have him back by popular demand, the OG, the man himself. And then also we have JB on with us. How's it going, guys?
Hello, how you doing? Good to see
Chilling
you
out.
again.
Yeah,
been a
bro,
while.
we out here. Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah. I think this is like the first official time I think I've heard JB's voice outside of like the little videos that the videos I watch of you.
Yeah, it's definitely been a hot minute for all of us kind of talking all together.
Yeah, I think the last time I saw DD over here was 2014.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it was after our Afghan pump.
Yeah, after the second one. Did you go on the first one with me?
No. Your second one was my first one.
Oh, okay. I got some stories to tell about that first one.
Oh yeah. So, well, speaking of Marine Corps, since most of us share that experience, and besides getting fucked thoroughly by the Green Weenie, so your first experience, like going out with the Marines, there, what was it like?
Well, shit, I'll go first. I got actually a pretty good story for this one. So like,
All right.
First getting into the fleet after doing all the admin check-in shit. I was one of my first field op, and I was still attached to H&S company because I hadn't been inside my my line company yet, and they sent us all out to go help H&S company set up like the COC tents and shit like that. And so of course I go to the COC. Master Sergeant tells us to go talk to these people specifically to help out, and I was supposed to go find some fucking corporal. And I found him pulling up the side of the tent. I said, "Hey, Master Sergeant, what's this nuts tells me to come to you. You're supposed to tell me what to do." He just looked at me dead in the face, like square in the eyes, like "fuck off." And I was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, you heard me. Fuck off." It's like, "Oh shit!" Like, I mean, and mind you, like I'm fucking HR, so I'm still got fucking super boot mindset. And like, all right, that guy's an E4. Obviously, he knows what the fuck he's talking about. So let me get the fuck out of here. so I go back to the aid station, and I'm sitting there. I'm cracking open an MRE. My chief walks in. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" He's like, "I was Corporal such and such was in charge of me, and he told me to fuck off. So here I am." But that was my introduction to the fleet and my first interaction with a Marine. And of course, I mean, stories for days follow.
But what battalion was that?
Can we say that? Oh shit, yeah. Can we say that?
That was 29. You're over there.
Yeah.
Those are those. I think so. I think we could say that.
Yeah. I mean, at this point in life, it doesn't really matter.
For me, I checked in. I don't think I think the statute of limitations has passed.
Yeah. True.
But for me, when I checked in, so I graduated FMTB West, and I thought I was hot shit. I was an HA when I graduated.
West Coast is best coast, so.
And I had my little French fries on. Yeah, West Coast is best coast for sure. I had no idea what 29 Palms was like, and I checked into 17.
Oof.
Met with my chief and met with our battalion surgeon at the time. He was a PA. Mm-hmm. He was pretty cool. He was a not bad guy. The chief was a little, he was all right. Not the worst, not the best. But my first interaction with the Marines, I found out I was going to Charlie Company in 17. And when I was in FMTB, one of my instructors, he was like, "Oh man, dude, if you're going to 17, try to go to Suicide Charlie, 2 guidons, this and that." And I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude, 2 guidons," like an idiot. And so I get there. And these dudes just got back from a MEU. And they thought that they were the saltiest people on earth. They were like, "Oh, evident because their seniors all went to Iraq and they thought they were
shit,
salty, but yeah, so their seniors were like, we're so salty, we've been to Iraq in 2010 or 2011 or whenever, and these guys are they went on the 31st Mew and they're like, yeah, we're so salty, we've been to fucking Southeast Asia. And I get to my company. I find out I'm going to. I find out which platoon I'm going to, and I go up into the barracks. It's on the 4th floor of the barracks, and I walk up the stairs. I'm in my dress whites, looking all kinds of moto, and
Nice.
these dudes are just like chilling in the barracks, like in boots and utes, beers in hand. And I come up the stairs and I'm just looking down the hallway, and it's like a never-ending hallway of people that were partying, and now all of a sudden they're all staring at me.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah. And I was trying to play it cool, man. I wasn't like super indoctrinated or anything. I'm like, hey, what's up? And they were it took all kinds. I wasn't well liked when I first got to my platoon. Like, people thought I was too cocky. Like, I hadn't put any time in. Why does he get to be so cocky? I was under the impression that, hey, like, Doc was a cool guy, you know.
Yeah.
But the other corpsmen in my platoon went on the Mew with them. So it was kind of like I was this fucking new guy. Well, I was this new guy that was showing up to the platoon, and obviously they knew, because I'm sure that Staff Sergeant was like, hey, we're getting a new doc. And, you know, they were out at fucking platoon formation, and they're like, oh, I can't wait till the new doc gets here so I can haze him or this and that, or we can talk shit, you know, and that's just kind of what it was. But and I did some of the dumbest shit too. Like, I was missing medical supplies, and in my bright boot mind, I was like, I'm gonna go ask some of the Marines if they got extra medical supplies that I can have.
Lord.
Oh no. Oh no.
What
are you doing, baby?
And then the other corpsman in my platoon was like, he's like, you're such an idiot. You don't ask Marines for medical supplies. You're supposed to be providing medical supplies. I'm like, hey man, I didn't know. I'm sorry. No, you know, nobody told me this thing. All I know how to do is like put a tourniquet on and do an IV at this point in my career.
Yeah,
so
right.
help a brother out, you know?
Yeah, no shit.
I'm drowning over here.
Gosh,
someone help.
They hated my guts. Even like, we went to Bridgeport, and we were out in the field for like 3 weeks in Bridgeport, and I was just like a kid with leprosy. Like, nobody wanted to have anything to do with me. People were talking all kinds of shit. And eventually one of my dudes, he was a little guy. He went down as a heat cas, and he was like, I could do it. But I ended up carrying his pack for him, and that was the first moment I started just getting a little bit of respect, is when I was carrying old dude's main pack. It still wasn't a lot, bear in mind.
Yeah, but it was something.
Mouthy.
Did you silver bullet him though? That's the real question, bro.
No, he didn't get a silver bullet.
Lame.
He was fine. He could walk. He was just gassed, and he just needed a break. So, but then all the attention started going to him, because now he's letting Doc carry his pack. Everyone's hiking up the mountains with main packs and weapons, and there's Doc with 2 main packs and a med bag.
Hell yeah.
Like a hard dick.
So
Big dick energy right there.
Like, okay. But
so then after carrying those 2 packs and that med bag and everything, they were like, okay, this guy's worth a little bit of something.
Yeah, in all fairness, though, we still hadn't been issued rifles at this point, so all I had was my M9 in my little green case.
Oof. For that held your RPGs?
No, it was like a little green holster, you know, like the Roving Watch green holster for the M9s.
Oh,
yeah, cloth one.
Yeah.
And the other corpsman in my platoon, when he got his M9 issued, and we took it to the field, he put it in a Ziploc bag and then put it back in the holster because we never used it. Like,
dude, that's
what was the
fucking
point of even issuing us sidearms?
yeah. Oh man, that's a smart man right there. He's like, fuck having to clean this thing.
Yeah, I mean,
anymore.
I learned a lot from him. You know, I'll tell you more about our development in a little bit, but that was my first like month with the platoon, and they hated my guts.
It was pretty much almost exactly similar for me. Once I got fucking sent out to the line company, I was like with Gulf Company. But before that, dude, it was funny because they couldn't figure out which company they wanted to send me to. And then I didn't even have a fucking barracks room for the first month I lived. I lived in the barracks. They kept shifting me around to other people's rooms that were in school. Like, and I would sleep in their bed. And the first fucking room I get sent to is they sent me to a scout sniper's room. It's in their 4-man rooms. They're like, oh, that guy's at he's at scout sniper school right now. He usually comes back like in the afternoons or whatever, but you know, he's staying somewhere else. And I was like, fuck, like scout sniper. Dude, my dumbass was so fucking scared to even touch this dude's shit. Like I literally like moved his pillow off the bed and put it in a chair, and I just laid on top of the mat, like on top of everything made. It's like tucked my arms in. I was like, I fuck up one thing, this dude's gonna fucking take me out. I know it. I don't even know what he looks like. But when I finally got to Golf Company,
He probably got back, and he was a tiny little guy.
yeah, like I said, like his bed was made perfect, and it wasn't like fucking stupid like 45-degree angle fucking folds or nothing, but it was tidy, you know. And I was like, I just threw my comforter to make it look nice on my bed, and that was it. Like, you know, like he folded his shit, so I was like, you know, I didn't want to fuck it up, and I didn't want to make it an enemy of somebody who I hadn't even fucking met yet. But when I finally got to golf, my senior corpsman, you know, kind of took me around to each barracks room and introduced me to everybody. And it was kind of like real cut and dry, just like, hey, this is such and such, such and such. This is your new doc. You know, and he, like, every now and then, of course, when he'd be like, you know, this is new boot doc or new baby doc, whatever. And that was it. First major field op I go on with my platoon is to fucking AP Hill, Virginia for 2 weeks. And something happened. Like I still to this day can't fucking remember with my senior corpsman to where he was like pulled out of the field. So there I am. I think I only remember like 2 people's names from, you know, the week before when I was introduced to everybody. Because the minute I was introduced to everybody to that field out, like nobody said a fucking word to me. I asked to bum a cigarette off one of my guys, and they're like, "I fucking know you. I'm the new corpsman, man. Like, oh, no, fuck you, boot. Like, like, all right, like, I don't really know what that means. And of course, you know, like by this time, you know, everybody just getting to the units at least a year in. So like, I was like, I'm not a boot, man. I've been in for a year. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, not understanding that, you know,
the hierarchy of things
behind it. Yeah. So first night we get there and we're doing our fucking gear check, and bro, like I don't like I literally the shit that I brought with me, all my serialized gear got issued to me the day we left. So I don't know what fucking anything is. I just know, hey, here are your weapons cards. Give them to that guy, and he'll give you your shit. Okay, like, and then that was it. So we're doing our fucking gear checks, and they're like PVS 14s, and everybody's holding up their shit, and I'm just standing there like, you know, like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? And then they're like, hey, Doc, and then I look, and they're like, yeah, and I was like, where's your PVS 14s? And I was like, I don't. You fucking NVGs, boo! Like everybody's screaming at me. I was like, oh fuck, I didn't know that's what they were called. And everybody's screaming at me. And mind you, like my senior Marines and my senior guys, like they were in Iraq. They come back from Iraq. And this was like they did Iraq 09, like 08, 09 time frame. And they came back, and a lot of those guys were like fucking like just like with JB, fucking salty, fucking you don't know shit, like you know, you're not allowed to listen to the EAS song because you didn't go to Iraq, motherfucker, like type dudes. And just the whole like I remember just thinking like this is gonna be the longest fucking field op of my life. And like day 2, it fucking snowed, and then we had to go dig in the defense, so digging fucking fighting holes.
Yeah, fuck that, dude.
And I remember seeing the chaplain came up, and I was like, oh, the chaplain, he's a Navy dude, like maybe he'll hook me up and like get me the fuck out of here. But I was like, oh, Chaps is here, maybe he's gonna help a brother out, help a fellow shipmate out and get me the fuck out of here. And he was like, oh,
So you saw a chaplain, and what'd he say?
oh yeah, he was like, oh, what are you doing down there? And I was like, oh, we had to dig fighting holes. And, oh, in the snow? And he was like, yeah. And he's like, oh, sorry to hear that. And then he like dug in his like cargo pocket and just showered me in fucking candy, bro. Like a fistful of candy just made it fucking rain on me.
Oh my god, dude, your chaplain sounds way cooler than my chaplain. That's not true, dude.
What kind of chaplain
Alright,
keeps candy in his pockets? Like, what the fuck?
The best kind of chaplain.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true.
I was like, what the fuck? And he was like, well, stay warm. Walked off. And I was just like, oh, this is it. Like, wow, like I really am here on my own. Like I had no fucking guides because like I said, my senior corpsman, like I can't remember. He was gone. Like he was nowhere to be found. Like he came to AP Hill with us, and I didn't see him till the day we left AP Hill, which made no fucking sense to me to this day. But so like after that, like we were sitting in the defense overnight, and 2 guys from another platoon came up to me, and they're like, hey, we really need you to come look. Do you mind really coming to look at this guy for us? Like I know your second platoon's doc, but you know, I was like, who are you guys with? And first platoon, I was like, oh well, where's Doc such and such? He's like, his punk ass won't get out of his sleeping bag and get up. I was like, all right, you know, give me a second, let me get my shit on. So like I walk over there, and you know, there's this dude like fully fucking altered mental status because he's so fucking cold. This dude thinks he's in the fighting hole, but he's like leaned back and he's kicked back like he's on his couch, and he's talking about like watching the game and like, oh, I can't wait till such and such gets here with the booze. Like,
Damn, he's
like,
hyping
hey,
out.
Yeah. I was like, hey, bro, like, and I was just like, I was like, all right. I was like, here's the deal, like, no bullshit, like, you know, fucking get them naked, get them in a bag, and one of you, like, you don't gotta get naked, but like, I mean, you get down to skivvies or whatever, get in the bag with them. They're like, you sure? Like, his body temperature's dropping. He was already kind of a bigger dude, and I'm a bigger guy too. I'm pretty like broad, so I was like, there's no way my big ass can get in a sleeping bag with his big ass. So one of you guys got to do it. And they're like, all right, yeah, sure thing. And then they fucking just went to it. And I was like, I'm gonna go back over to my hole, just you know, so if Firewatch comes around and you know thinks I didn't get abducted by aliens or something. I just come check in with me every now and again, let me know how he's doing. And I ended up falling asleep, and I woke up the next day, and dude, like, first platoon was like all up my ass, like in a good way, you know. They're like, hey man, hey, good morning, bro. Like, good morning, doc. Hey man, did you sleep good? Like, hey man, did you get some chow? I can go get you some chow. And I was like, what the fuck's going on? Like, hey bro, like you really helped out such and such last night, dude. Like, you know, we ended up like falling asleep, but this morning he was like, what the fuck are you doing in my sleeping bag? Why am I naked?
Why is there big sexy man next to me?
Yeah, right. And he's like, we told him what happened, and you know, like we told him how our doc was such a lazy piece of shit. And I was like, and you know, mind you, their doc is senior to me, so I'm like, you know, like I wouldn't say that, but I mean, you said it, I didn't. Like, and after
you
that,
gotta walk on eggshells.
Yeah, like, but like, you know, like he was just like whatever about it, but you could tell he was a little salty. But like after that, literally, like later on, like something happened where third platoon, their corpsman was a little like, he wasn't the fucking brightest crown in the box. So like, they had something come up where they came in, were asking for like some Motrin or something, some sort of something like that. And because their doc was good, trying to get some, it was, they're asking just for Motrin, and I thought they were joking with me, like, you want some water too and change your socks, like, no, we really just need some Motrin. Like, he's like, this guy, my back's hurting a little bit, I just need something. And my doc's trying to give me Benadryl. I was like, what the fuck is he trying to give you Benadryl for? So it'll help, but we're in the middle of the training day, and so like little shit like that just kept happening over and over. And then like by the end of the fucking field op, dude, like I was like, just like JB, like I had this little like handful of respect from each platoon in my company, that everybody at least had a decent idea of like what like just a
good corpsman should be.
Like a good dude, I was. And then of course, after that, that's when like other shit went down, where my senior guy ended up being like, he ended up getting out of a lot of field ops for a lot of shit, and hit, my senior Marines were talking shit to him, and they'd be like, like, OG's such a fucking better corpsman than you are. Like, fuck you, we don't want you no more. And they, of course, they're like saying it in a joking way, but at the same time, I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, I mean, that's cool that you would say that, but don't make my fucking life
hot
hard.
water.
Yeah. Please, like, this guy will fucking crucify me when you guys aren't around.
Mine was a little weird because it's like, I don't know. I showed up, and then all my seniors were like my boys in 3-7. So I showed up, and then they fucking talked me up. So whenever I showed up to guns, it was just kind of like I had big shoes to fill, and it was like the homie. But I was a boot ass fucking third class. But I don't know. I came in kind of humble. I was like, fuck it, dude. Like, I don't know shit. I'm just gonna take things as it kind of comes. And these little Lance Corporals, well, they were senior Lance Corporals because they were in that 2011 push in Sangin. So they'd fucking be yelling at me, and they're like, hey, Doc, go do that. I'm like, all right, cool. And they were like, what the fuck? So I just was like, all right, man, whatever, bro. Like, you know better than I do, so I'm just here. And I don't know, like, they try to give me shit, and I just, I don't know. I didn't take it personal. I didn't let it get to me. And I'm like, all right, bro, yeah, sure. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I don't know. I guess I took the fun out of it, but I'd always got thrown into fucking working parties with a bunch of fucking boots. I'm like, whatever, bro. Like, I'm already like, I'm here. Like, I'm just gonna do whatever it is that I gotta fucking do. But the biggest thing that helped me out was just like, it's been like the general consensus, just being cool with everyone and keeping up with PT was like fucking stellar. I think that's what fucking helped me out as well, just being in front of the pack, beating them at everything. And then just one of the tips one of the guys gave me, and I try to tell everyone as much as I can, is take care of your seniors because they're going to take care of you. And then take care of the boots, like, or your peer group after, because that's what works fucking wonders for me. I took care of my sergeants, fucking corporals, and all these other fucking dudes, and then I would just sit there and fucking talk shit. But it was weird because I was an NCO, but I was a boot, so it was like weird. And I was like,
NCO,
like I wasn't completely like retarded, even though I came from like a hospital, but I knew some stuff and enough to kind of get me by. So even just that in general, and then I'd already worked sick call before, so just even doing that and just spitting basic fucking knowledge. I guess Marines are, well, not all of them are fucking rock eaters, but when you're with machine guns, they're all fucking rock eaters. So know any form of medicine, and they're like, okay, Doc knows his shit, cool. And literally all I was teaching was like P-March P shit for like CLS. And that was like, it blew their minds because it was just like, okay, we had Doc so-and-so and he's fucking solid. So if they say our new Doc is going to be good to go, then, we'll see if he's worth it. And then me joining in on different tourniquet drills in the hallways definitely helped solidify my position amongst the senior guys. So I was like, okay. So I kind of got like a little bit of a freebie where you guys got your shit pushed in and I'm over here just chilling.
You know, dude, like I will say, like you were saying, like you came in, like the only thing you really had to like get a feel for was the hierarchy of things, you know, like, and you were just kind of going with the flow. Like me, like I just fucking wish somebody would explain to me, like you were saying, like being a boot, going to all the working parties, like first thing, like I said, being called a boot first, like I really did not understand how much weight that word, that fucking name carries with it, right?
Yeah, dude, those are fighting words.
So like I was just like, okay, like whatever, like, and then the first working party comes up, and they're like, all right, boots, fucking go get it, go get it. It's all, you know, fucking PFCs and privates are going over on the fucking 7-ton to toss packs, and then I'm just standing there because once again, my boot ass didn't know shit about fuck. so I'm standing there like, Doc, what the fuck do you think you're doing? Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, are we waiting for something to get unloaded? Like,
just chilling.
You know, yeah. I was like, so I guess like nobody's really told me what's up. So I'm just, you know, like, get your boot fucking ass to the working party, bitch. Like, I don't know how many times I got yelled at for not understanding I was a boot.
Well, all right, so and that's what's so weird is because when I was in Suicide, it's like everyone there was a senior, and then the boot drop was like 15 Marines. But when when we got back from my first plump and they were like, hey, you're going down to 3-7. Yeah. And I was like, oh no, I don't want to do that. You know, like I'm a senior here. I'm skating. Like I put my time in. I'm at the top of the totem pole. Well, no, and I went down there and God, that one HM2 that I could not stand, the bald one. I can't stand that guy.
Mr. Seven fucking Nams himself.
Yes. 7 Nams, and he was like,
I'm not gonna name him.
So
either,
like, yeah, I'm not gonna name him, but so a lot of us came down from 1-7, and like we all had cars. Like I had a NAM for Afghanistan. Even a lot of us did. This guy I know has a Purple Heart and, you know, a NAM and a car, and even one of our guys had a Com V, and he was an E3. And this dude was like, I would have a com, but they don't give comms to E5s. And then this guy I know, he's like, he raises his hand. He's like, I have a com. He goes, I have a com. And then this guy straight up says, no, you don't. There's no way. And I was like, no, he does. I was there.
What a fucking boot.
That was a battalion formation, dude. He was such a boot.
Where the fuck were you?
But then he goes, who wants to be a senior line? And I was like, well, I do, because I didn't want to go to H&S, but I didn't want to be a platoon corpsman again. And I had a lot of love for my senior line when I was in Suicide, and I thought it was going to be a chill job. And he was like, no, you can't do it. You're an E3. The test was like 2 weeks later. I took the test. I picked up HM1 Owens, God rest him. He's like, hey man, I'm gonna make sure that you be RIP. I'm gonna make sure that you get to be senior line of India, because I was in Kilo with I can't remember what platoon I was in Kilo, but I could not stand my lieutenant. He was a straight out of the war Annapolis. This dude, I know
exactly who you're talking about, bro.
This dude is such a boot. He would take this kid to the field with us who was on Limdu and make him load his mags. The lieutenant made this Limdu kid load his mags, and I was like, sir, you need to load your own fucking mags. And Staff Sergeant was like, what the hell is wrong with you, sir? You can't not load your own mags. You're the lieutenant. Lead from the front. Anyways, long story short, I had to get out of there because I couldn't stand that platoon. But even as platoon corpsman, like I would go to the water bowl to fill up my Nalgene.
Yeah.
And the boots would like try to take my Nalgene and be like, I'll go fill it up for you, Doc. And I'm like, I can go fill up my Nalgene. And they would be like, no, if you don't let me fill up your Nalgene, then I'm going to get hazed. I was like, dude, I can fill up my own water bottle. Go tell your team leader that I'm filling up my own stuff. It was so foreign to me to be a senior. Yeah. Like it was my first senior experience. And
no, please, you don't understand, Doc.
And I was not about like rubbing boots and like kicking their dick into the dirt. That was not who I was, especially boot Marines, dude. I didn't like.
Yeah, me neither.
I wasn't about that. I was not about that at all. So like once I became a senior and I was in this platoon, and my buddy Mike was I can say Mike, but my buddy Mike was a senior line. And I was like, when I picked up E4, I was like, dude, I'm going to be senior line of India. And he was like, all right, man, wish you the best. So I moved to India, and I still wasn't frocked yet, so I was still in E3. And I was like, hey, I'm your new senior line. I just picked up E4, this and that, and I hadn't been frocked yet. And it was cool, dude. It was so chill. I got a boot drop of corpsmen, like 8 corpsmen, and every single Marine in that company was cool to the corpsmen. Like
Nice.
they gave none of them treated my guys like boots would, like there were so many boot Marines that even if like there was a boot working party, they wouldn't need to send one of my guys. And I thought that was really cool, man, because like I experienced what it was like to be a boot corpsman in a company where 90% of the people in the company are seniors, and it sucked because I was standing fire watch every night of my life in the field. And like they never had to do that. I never had to do that again. I started riding in the safety Vic instead of having to go on hikes. I was
Scum.
like living it up.
No, I don't blame you, bro.
Or if I did go on a hike, I would. If we did have to hike, I convinced first sergeant to let us throw our main packs in the safety Vic and let all the corpsmen just hike with their med bags. Dude, no,
yeah,
that's being proactive and being a good. Yeah, dude,
I did some shit like that too when I became senior line. It was like, fuck it, dude, I'm gonna take care of the boys.
But but when I was in 1-7, I'll never forget the moment that I became not a boot anymore. And it was to the point where like now my seniors were boot to me, if that could make any sense, because I was alone in a truck, and I came under RPG fire, and I got my car behind a 240. Nice. And I was alone on this gun for like 5 minutes. Went through 2 belts of 200 on this 240. Ooh. And holding it down, dude, by myself on Rife Hill. You can go check out my YouTube. You can see some of the video. But after that, it was kind of like, you're not a boot anymore. You've been in combat, but
I'm a man now.
I was a man now. That was the first time it was May 4th, 2012. That was the first time anybody in the company saw contact, because we got there in March. We did the RIP. And then we started patrolling in mid-April, and then 3 weeks later was the first time that we saw any action, and that was May 4th. And I was the first one to engage the Taliban. And after that, it was smooth sailing. It was absolute coasting
nice fun there.
That's amazing. Fuck yeah, Doc's the first one to break contact.
I intend all of my puns. That pun was super intended.
Yeah, that was nice. Yeah, man. I don't know. My boot experience was like weird, as you kind of heard me kind of explain a little bit, because it was just the 3rd class, but I got treated like a security forces guy, where it's like, okay, you know some stuff, you haven't deployed, but you're not completely dumb. So you're like, I was like in a weird like limbo, but where they'd let me like join in on some of the fun, and sometimes I would, and sometimes I would. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of fucking dumb. And other times it's just like, you know how Marines are. There's like, hey, no, Doc, you gotta fuck up your junior guys because they're fucking dumb. Yeah. And to be honest with you, I did have a really fucking dumb fuck of a corpsman. But we'll need to go.
Do I know him?
Oh, you definitely fucking know him. But he was kind of an idiot, and then I just fucked this whole shit up. Actually, the one funny. We were doing field day, and you know how shit gets real fucking dumb, and then everyone's drinking, and then his roommate, he was a good Marine. Oh, eventually turned out to be a good Marine, but he was kind of a scumbag at first. So like his seniors were always fucking him up, and like they'd go grab dirt from other people's rooms, and they'd fucking throw it in there to make them, the usual.
Yeah.
And then they were like, Doc, you got to go fuck up Doc so-and-so. And I was like, all right, I'll go in there. So I went in there. And then this dude's like cleaning shit. And I look at his sheets and I look at his bed. And he's like, it's funny, right? And I look and he's got like Hello Kitty bed sheets. And I'm like,
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? He's like, oh, it's funny. You want to see something real fucking hilarious? And I just fucking rip off all the sheets of his fucking bed. I grab his mattress and I throw it all over the room and it spills the fucking water all over the fucking deck.
Damn.
And
All right,
I
hold
just
up.
fucking yell
You
at him
gotta-
and tell him to clean everything up, dude.
He had Hello Kitty bed sheets.
Yeah, bro, it was him.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
I'm
so
sorry.
the minute I saw it, I was like, oh my god. I was like, bro. And he was already in bad a bad light that he had brought onto himself because the senior line, you know, he already didn't like him, and then this fucking kid was arguing with the fucking battalion commander over how to do a fucking IV. You remember that?
Wait,
Bro,
that happened?
That's nuts.
Like, I'm not even bullshitting with you, bro. Like, this kid, he was doing an IV. I was on a field up. I think it was before I got there. And the battalion commander was like watching this kid do an IV, and the battalion commander was telling him something. And this dude was straight up. He was a boot, like straight out of core school, straight out of FMTB. He was like an HA or some shit. But he was arguing with the fucking battalion commander of the fucking unit, bro.
Get the
Like,
fuck out of here.
and after that, his life was just fucking hell. And I was just like, man, this is the fucking kid I gotta fucking deal with. Like,
dumb bitch, dude.
and I was like, oh my god, like I gotta try to fucking fix this kid somehow to make him fucking useful, like on fucking deployment. Because I got to the
had one of
company
those.
in like March ish.
Yeah.
And then we deployed in September. So I was like, man, I got to work with this kid for 4 months. And then we're going to fucking Afghan. And God knows what the fuck's going to happen there. So, yeah. But
Well,
I saw
at
the
least-
I saw the
Oh, no,
sheets,
go
bro.
ahead,
And
go
I
ahead.
was like, fuck it. This kid has it coming.
Bro, like at least you guys. I will say one thing. Like this, like to anybody fucking listening to this later on, is that like JB's fucking pure, unadulterated joy, fucking laughter. Like this is how you know we're not making this shit up. We're not embellishing shit. Like, and then on top of that, like they're West Coast, I'm East Coast, and there's still shit that we understand from each other. Like, you know. Like who the fuck makes up a story that an HA, you know, decides to pop off to the BC over dumb shit? Like nobody.
I'll never forget when it came down the pipe that we couldn't call him the BC anymore. I was like, what?
What?
That's who he. That's who he is.
Yes.
Wait, when was this?
They're
I
like-
don't
they're like,
remember
no-
this.
You don't remember this? What was his name? Sergeant Major. I love
Oh.
doggone cats.
Daggone cat.
He was like. He
That's
was like,
right.
you can't call the battalion commander to the BC anymore. You have to say battalion commander. I'm like, I don't want to.
Yeah, that's too long.
That's right.
I'm like, if I'm talking to him, I'll or talking about him and he's there, I'll say battalion commander.
Yeah.
Yeah, or it's like, sir, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
but if I'm
but I
talking,
don't
it's
understand why I couldn't abbreviate it.
bro.
Yeah.
That's our major was just I'm not even gonna put his name out there just for safety reasons. But
For your safety.
my safety,
Yeah, no shit.
bro. Like that dude was such a huge piece of shit, and I think we posted memes about him. He was floating around for a long time on like all the pages.
God damn.
Daggone cats, but he fell asleep on a patrol.
Oh,
He was supposed to be holding rear security,
punk ass.
and he fucking fell asleep
No.
behind the gun. And like I remember because it was my senior Marines that were fucking telling me about it. These motherfuckers. I think it was the 2011 deployment, maybe.
Yeah, it was because we ripped with 3-7 when I showed up. 1-7 took over for 3-7
Yeah,
in
that's
the
right.
beginning of 2012. So they deployed in September of 2011, and
they had
we
the
took
winter
over in March of 2012.
But yeah, he fell asleep behind the gun, and I remember my senior Marines were like talking about that shit because they were with him. And they were like throwing rocks at his fucking Kevlar, bro, and just it was hilarious.
That's awesome.
Like that's like the biggest like boot move. You fall asleep
Yeah.
and then they throw fucking rocks at you, bro. Like,
Bro, you know, dude, that's crazy. Like, I will say though, you guys, like, at least you guys kind of had like a choice, like, or a moment. You were
oh,
given
easy on the
to
music there,
decide
dog.
no, that you guys are gonna, how you're gonna treat your fucking boots, and I unfortunately was not given that. I did not have that moment.
Yeah.
First fucking field out with my new boot corpsman, and I had been like an all right guy, like, you know, like I know I've seen other people's senior corpsmen just shit all over them for being boots, and I've seen other like take them under their wing and fucking baby the fuck out of them. And whereas me, like my senior corpsman was almost non-existent my entire time leading up to my deployment, my first deployment. So when I got my fucking boot, I was like, all right, well, I'm just gonna play the cool approach. Like, you fuck up, but I'm not gonna be a dick to you like 100% of the time.
Yeah.
So first field out, dude, we hiked out to the field, and dude, I don't know, we maybe set up shop for all of an hour. And fucking one of my squad leaders comes up to me and he's like, hey, here, take this. And he hands me a fucking M4. I'm like, God damn it. Where did you find this?
No.
He said, oh, I didn't find it anywhere. I literally watched your boot go drop his pack and then put his shit down and then walk over to fucking 3rd platoon to chill with his homie. It's been sitting there for 45 minutes.
Jeez. I know where this is going.
So I'm just like, God damn it. Like now
That's how 3-6 lost their rifles.
I know. Yo, literally.
Yes. No shit. So I'm like, fuck, like now I have to do something. If not, they're gonna think I'm a fucking big pussy. Like, so I could take his rifle and I fucking sling it over my back. And I'm like, all right, well, what can I do? Boom, like fucking godsend. My fucking fucking not squad, or fucking staff sergeant comes in and he wants to do a fucking gear check. Perfect. So I go, and my boot is pack is right next to mine. So I go to stand next to my pack and I just lay his rifle down on the opposite side of my pack to where he can't see it. And you know, he gets in line and I was like, get all your shit. And he's like, oh, okay, yeah, man. And then you know, digs in his ruck and he grabs his fucking NVG bag, and then you could tell he's like, something's off here. Like, I feel like I'm missing something. You could tell, like, he's not really like freaking out right now. He's just like, something's off. I know it. And then he starts looking at everybody else, and then like looking at what he's got.
And then the panic starts setting in.
Then you see his face just drop, like just get so tense. And he's like, fuck me. So then he's like looking around and like, what's up, bro? And he's like, oh, nothing. And I was like, you missing something? He's like, no. Actually, you know what, dude? I left my rifle over by when I went to go take a piss. I'll be right back. And I was like, get your fucking shit together, bro. So then I just see him fucking like haul ass over the 3rd platoon, and he fucking talks to his little homie, and he's like, pretty much, I'm assuming the conversation goes, bro, I can't find my rifle. Did I leave it over here? And then, you know, like back and forth, like, no, you didn't come over here with the rifle. And then like, fuck. And then he runs back over to me, and he's just like, and then of course, you know, like, all right, you know, they count M16s, M4s. And then he, you know, everybody holds theirs up, and then like he's just like looking around, and our staff sergeant's like, "Hey, where the fuck's your rifle, Doc?" And he's like, "I got it." And he's like, "Well, hold it the fuck up then." And then he like looks around and he looks at me, and I was like, "What? What's the problem? Where's your rifle?" And then, then you could just tell everybody just started feeling, yeah, Doc, where's your rifle? Where's your rifle, bro? Where the fuck's your rifle, boo?
It just escalates.
Dude, it was like a fucking feeding frenzy. And then finally, I just like pick it up and I just like slam it straight into his fucking chest. And I said, keep your fucking rifle on you always. And then my staff sergeant just fucking, like, you could tell, like, he wanted to add something, but he had just like this little like chuckle and then like this like proud twinkle in his eye, like.
That's
after,
and that's great that he didn't micromanage you. He let you handle it, and
yeah,
because technically he is in charge of all the gear in the platoon. Like he's the admin section.
Well, see, like,
but he let you handle it, and that's good.
Yeah, because so he was our new staff sergeant. He actually came from West Coast. What fucking unit was in that Los Angeles movie with the aliens and shit?
2-5 Retreat Hell.
2-5.
So he came from 2-5, right? And when
Retreat Hell.
Yeah. So when we got introduced, I came up to him after formation. I was like, hey, staff sergeant, I got a quick question, bro. He was like, yeah, what's up? And I was like, so how was the fight? And he goes, well, what do you mean? Los Angeles, did we win? Just like, oh, fuck you, you motherfucker. Like, so, like, after that, we were pretty fucking cool. Like,
dude, funny enough, I was in FMTB when they were filming it by over there.
No shit.
Yeah, real shit.
Were you really?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that movie came out when I was in core school. Wait, you went to FMTB before me?
Yes?
Question mark?
Yeah, well, no, because you went to the hospital first. So you didn't go to FMTB
right.
and then go straight Greenside?
No, man, I kind of got fucked, dude. I asked for California, and then I asked for Pendleton, and they sent me to Pendleton.
Damn.
Pendleton Hospital?
Yep.
Hey, well, at least you
that's
guys
so that's so
dude.
trippy, dude. So you had all that training, and then you went and wore your blue camis in the hospital for 3 years, and then you finally went to the Marines.
Actually, 2 years.
2 years, and but you don't remember anything.
To tell you the truth, I went FMTB West, and then still went 2nd Marine Division. But even then, like, I went 09, and we actually had a good bit of dudes who either went FMTB and then to the hospital, or from the hospital went FMTB and then we're going right back to their same hospital command.
Yeah.
And we had a few dudes who were going to FMTB and then going to another C school right after, like Psych Tech or some shit.
Well,
like, there was literally only a handful of us that had legit division orders.
Yeah, because even for us out of school, it was the same thing. It was like 2 orders, maybe, from what I recall.
Yeah.
But yeah, someone already picked those, so it was like, fuck, man. And then
yeah, like, there was this
it was what it was.
dude, I fucking hated him. I hated him so fucking much. He would fuck with me so much. Because, dude, at my ethnicity, like, hair or whatever the fuck, like, ethnicity, body type wise for males, like, just fucking broad dudes. Like, like Pacific Islander, that kind of area, dude. Like, we're all just broad guys. It's just our fucking build. So, but of course, like, this guy just looks at me and sees a fat neck, and he was like, hey, you fat fuck, get over here. And he would fucking smoke me day in, day out, talk shit. This motherfucker came up to me one day on the fucking weekend, bro, hungover as fuck, go to the chow hall, and I had like a cinnamon roll and like some other bullshit, like, comfort hangover food. That was it. Yep. This motherfucker came over and took my cinnamon roll and like something, like, he just took a bunch of shit. He fucked with me day in and day out all the time because he thought I was a fat body. Like I've always been taped since day one in the fucking Navy. Like, that's just me. Like, trust me, I know there's plenty of fucking thick-necked motherfuckers out there that know my pain.
You're a thick boy.
Yeah, thick as fuck.
With 3 C's.
Yeah. So this dude used to fuck with me, and then he was like, Bustos, where the fuck are you even going after this, huh? I was like, 2nd Mar Div. And he was like, what? Division? Hell yeah, brother. Like, I respect that. I respect that. And mind you, like, I thought, like, I used to think every single one of those guys were like hard charging motherfuckers. And then you get to the fleet, and then I realized, like, hold on, like, that second class that fucked with me day in and day out was a fucking air winger, bro. I was like, you get the fuck out of here, dude.
I hope he
so
gave you your
pissed.
cinnamon roll back.
Yo, that's fucking hilarious.
I'll never forget. All right, so you remember towards the end of the second pump after we demilled Shergazi, then we went back to Bastion to become like the
Hilo?
rock company. Yeah, the Hilo company. We did all the Hilo missions. So the BAS was all the way on the other side of the base. Or BAS, whatever they call it, the Regimental Aid Station, the RAS.
RAS, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, on Leatherneck.
So the
yeah.
RAS was all, on Leatherneck. And we were about to go on an op, and we realized that we were low on supplies for shit. And I had to go over to the flight line and talk to the air wingers and their battalion surgeon. I had to basically beg them for supplies. And I'm talking about these were the nicest people I have ever met in the military. Like I'm sitting there waiting for like one of those like breakdown litters, the Talon litters.
Yep.
And they offered me hot tea.
What the fuck?
Jesus.
So like hot tea with like slices of lemon and everything, dude. It was great. I had never felt so good.
You get a fucking happy ending while you're there too?
Yeah, man. The battalion surgeon, he was really nice, and there were like, it was the air wing, so there were female corpsmen there, and I was like, oh, this is so nice. Like I screwed up. I should have came here.
These guys are really living the life.
It's like
they were living the life.
It's like
they didn't have to go anywhere. They were chilling the whole time.
And they were getting paid the same amount too.
Getting paid.
Dude, see, I went through Camp Dwyer, and their regimental aid station, it was fucking nice as shit. But their personality was the opposite. Like they knew they had it good, and they wanted to be stingy as fuck about it.
Oh, that's terrible.
Like anytime we fucking went over there for something, like why do you need it? Like we went over there once for
like it's your money, dude.
Yeah.
Like give us whatever we need. We're all fighting the same war.
Help me, I'm poor.
Shit. Yeah.
You think your budget's gonna be less next year?
Yeah, no shit.
You think they're gonna take away eval points, bro? Like what the fuck?
Dude, I've been shitting in a bag for 3 months. Give me what I need before I go insane.
No shit.
Like I don't understand the point of that. Like we're coming at you for fucking help, bro. Like you think like you can reach out and like give us a little something, you know what I mean?
Yeah, don't be a dick, be a dude. Like, come on.
Yeah. Well, like fuck Camp Dwyer RAS, but hey, big shout out to whoever was at the Air Wing BAS. You guys are the real MVPs.
Yeah, I had something similar because we were there at the you were over on that side of the camp. I was on the other side, right next to the Green Bean, living it up.
The Green Bean,
bro.
The old Green Bean coffee.
Yeah, but no, I had the same experience. I had to go over to the RAS to go take care of one of my guys because on one of the ops after we actually it was during after one of the boys got hit. I think we still went out. We were still out that day, and the second day, almost similar situation to yours, JB. But it was we caught a volley of rockets, and then one of my boys was in the machine gun. He was in the 50, and when he started ripping into it, you know how most people wear like a gunner's harness in case they get blown up. It keeps them in the truck.
Yeah.
He never had it on, and then one of the boys that was in the truck hooked it on, and then when he shot on the 50, it pulled him back on it, so he fucked up his shoulder from that day. So I remember after that op, I went to go take care of him. I was like, fuck it, dude, I'll take you to the RAS so that way get you some meds and shit. And I went over there, and same thing. Like they were super fucking cool. Everyone was like really nice. I was like looking like shit. Like coming back from a 3-day op, like in trucks.
Oh yeah, they can tell.
And I'm just like, hey, my provider isn't here, my ADC or whoever the fuck. Can I see my guy and can someone help me out? And I'm like, oh yeah, for sure. Here, just go ahead. We'll take you to one of the rooms, give you everything you need. And I was like, is this real life? Like, I thought they were gonna tell me like, hey, fuck off, man. Like, go to your fucking unit. But instead they're like, oh no, yeah, here, come on. And they took me to a room. They set me up with everything. I wrote my fucking note. They even like brought water and snacks. Same shit. I was just like, bro.
God damn, dude.
I was like,
fucking West Coast is best coast, dude. You guys are fucking.
No, dude, I'm telling you,
No,
it's not even that, dude. It's just Pogues.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I was
Pogues
like,
are so nice.
well, yeah, most of them are. At least from that experience, I was just like,
Yeah,
holy
from
shit.
my experience, they are. Yeah.
And then even my guy was just like, Doc, like, this is weird.
They're being way too nice.
And I remember I did all my exams and did everything, and then some like female IDC came in, and then I was just like, okay, hey, HM1, whoever, this is what I got going on. I did these exams, blah blah blah. This is this and this and that. And then she was just kind of looking at me like, how do you know these things? And I was just like, that's what corpsmen do? Question mark?
Yeah.
You know. Like, and she's like, oh, okay, awesome. And then it's bicep tendonitis. And then with he fucked up his shoulder. I think it was his supraspinatus or some shit. But she hooked me up with all this Motrin, fucking muscle relaxant, and all this other stuff. And then hooked up the homie with like X-rays and all this other shit, and just like, and then afterwards, yeah, bro, I'm telling you, it was fucking wild. And then I was in there. She's like, hey, do you need any extra meds? Do you need all this extra stuff? Just go ahead and raid the med closet. Like, don't even worry about it. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, at the back of my head, I was like, oh my God, dude, I just hit the fucking jackpot. I took what I needed for my guy. You know what I mean? The stuff that he needed, medically wise. You know what I mean? To continue on the treatment plan that this licensed provider allowed me to. You know,
dude.
But it was mostly a lot of over-the-counter stuff that you know they let me take because they were closing down. Because I think was it fucking 1-7 closed down afterwards. But they were closing down. They were trying to get rid of a lot of shit. So they were just like, yeah, take what you need, man. And I was like, all right, cool. This is weird. Yeah. But
all right, say no more, fam. Like
I could not stand. I still hate to this day. I hate 3-7's IDC on that deployment, and he knows I hate him. He knows I can't stand him. And he can't stand me. And that's okay.
And he can eat a bag of dicks.
He totally can eat a bag of dicks. This motherfucker. So when my guy died in 1-7, Duarte, when he died, I was part of his Battlefield Cross ceremony at Fob Nole. I first sergeant, but he told me I needed new camis for it because Comcam was going to take pictures. Well, I mean, I wanted to look good. Yeah. And I felt the need. He was like, Comcam's going to be taking pictures, and these are going to Duarte's family because, you know, we had another 3 months on the deployment. And, you know, I was going to miss the funeral and this and that. So I was chill with it. I could not find a blank 8-point, and I was still in HN. Oh, dude. I couldn't find a blank 8-point. So I borrowed one of the Marines. He had a brand new one. It had an EGA on there.
Yeah.
Immediately after, I just got done putting Duarte's Kevlar on his rifle, and we did the roll call and taps and everything. He comes over to me and he goes, oh, Lance Corporal over here fucking with his EGA on his 8-point, and he's an HM1 and I was an HN, and I got in his face. HM1 WR Prev Med Tech and Chief were like holding me back from fighting him.
Jesus Christ.
Because he was about to get like fought.
Yeah, no.
And we have hated each other ever since. Or no, he didn't call me that. He called me 03, my last name. That was my nickname.
Yeah, see, that was like a constant back and forth thing in my unit, that whole ETA cover thing. Like, and there's actual, like, we ended up, like, I hate that when shit gets so stupid that you actually have to look up nav admins and shit. But we actually looked up the fucking nomenclature, and it was one of those things like So that dude like literally gave no fucks about what it says on black and white
You
or
can wear
obviously
it, right?
doesn't. Yeah, or doesn't
I
know.
don't
Yeah,
I don't know
so
if you can wear it or not. That was just
so
not
this
the
is
time or
this
place to
this is
come
what
at me.
so this is how it works.
Yeah,
So
that's
if
true.
you have if it's unavailable for you to buy the fucking blank eight point. So if you're in whatever situation to where none are available to you, you are authorized to wear one with an EGA. But it also says as soon as you can get the blank one, and to switch out, and then of course dress it appropriately with rank and whatnot. But so
You hear that, Chief? You
that
fucking
HM1
cocksucker.
Yeah. So fucking that
I
dude
hope you
bag
get
of dicks.
hepatitis C.
Drizzle cum.
Oh god.
Because it was a constant thing at my unit, like because some of us like had a the field cover, your cover you wear in the field, and it was an EGA cover, and then eventually
Yeah,
like, we
dude.
just stopped switching them out, and
Boonies
then-
had EGAs on them.
yeah, exactly. So
Dude,
we
I
would
even think
just-
some people like in our BAS were rocking the EGA ones, and like no one really gave a fuck. But then I think that was after
Dude, even
y'all
as a
came
third
over.
class. So as a third class, I even wore one with an EGA on there instead of having my crow on top of a
Yeah.
blank one,
Yeah, but
just
we
to piss off
we had
what's his
always.
face.
So he was always protecting us, and he always fucking told us, and like it was like
Yeah.
just like OG was just saying right now, the instructions there and clear, but everyone knew how the shit was. It's like, bro, like it's what you do that actually carries the fucking weight. And
Yeah.
I don't know, it seemed like the BAS was that way. It's like, you know what, man, there's a seniority, and as long as they're doing the fucking right things, it's a fucking cover. Who cares?
Mhm. Yeah, because
And that was what was so cool about 3.7, but 1.7 could learn some things from 3.7.
Yeah. So like all the line corpsmen, a lot of senior lines or just the senior corpsmen wore EGAs on their covers, and like H&S company, the aid station guys, they all wore the proper rank in their cover or blank one, and then like it was always a thing. Like they wouldn't bring it up, but like our IDC or our chief would be like, oh, I see a lot of EGA covers out here. Like, you guys not make it out to the next. What's up? Like, he would say it like that, like telling us, like, I'm not really going to get on you, but I'm
Just know that I know. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. And then, like, right before I left, I got pulled to H&S company, and I had my EGA cover all the time. And then it became an issue, like, I'd go get that fixed. Like, yeah, sure, when I go on lunch. And then, like 3 weeks of, oh man, forgot to do it at lunch. Then they started to be fucking assholes about it. But I ended up just leaving without ever getting it replaced. Because once I started doing the actual checkout process, like, dude, I finished checkout in like 2 days, and I spent the last 3 weeks checking out.
That's how you're supposed to do it.
Yeah, no shit.
37?
But
3.7.
yeah.
I'll tell you what,
But-
man. When I had to turn in all my stuff at SIF, and I was like, man, I really hope I don't get the chick with the sleeve tattoo. Please
Oh, I know
don't
who you're
get the
talking
chick
about,
with the
too.
sleeve tattoo.
Yes.
And then I got her, and I was like, God. And she's like, no, you need to go home and clean your flak off. So I had to run it under my shower for like 4 hours, getting all that sand out of there.
Dude, I know they say not to wash your shit. Like, I just took the soft armor out of it, and I just chucked it in my wash machine like the day I got back from my second pump. So I was like, I'm not gonna wear this thing ever again.
Yeah, I did the same.
And it's so like East Coast guys, I've seen and heard plenty of memes about the chick with the sleeve. I'm not even really sure who it is for East Coast Sith that gives us a hard time, because it just seems like everybody just in general talks about how our Sith just sucks ass. So
Yeah, I think that's just for 29 Palms. That chick, I think she was like a prior corporal or some shit, and then she got out, and now she's like
I mean, she would
contracting.
get the business for sure, but
don't have to be a dick about it.
yeah, like 100%.
Yeah, but I think it's just kind of well known across all places that SIF is fucking trash.
I got
I can't. Yeah, I, I've never even been to
So-
Lejeune. Never been.
You're not missing anything except for cancer. So
Oh yeah, that water
that
gives
shit's-
you
I
cancer.
got that. I got that from my second appointment at Elder Burn Pit exposure.
Yeah, dude.
Got that
It's-
covered.
It's fucking crazy to go to the VA here and then see like multiple pictures of Camp Lejeune and then talking about the water and causes cancer. Like, yep, there was fucking 3.5 years of my life right there.
Nice. I think it's time to wrap it up a little bit, but
All right.
to leave on a positive note, I guess when it comes to being a boot, know your place, be a little humble, take care of your
Yeah.
seniors because they'll take care of you. And there's a hierarchy of things, but also like don't be a complete fucking douche. Don't be a fucking asshole when you're in that position of power. So that way people respect you more when you actually take care of people and do shit the right way, and then you can get more out of your fucking guys. I think that's the biggest takeaway.
And don't expect anybody to fucking tell you what the fuck is going on.
Oh yeah, ask fucking questions.
Yeah.
Ask questions.
Ask all of them.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming on. Hopefully, we can get you guys on another episode. But thanks for coming on, dude.
No
Thanks
problem.
for having me.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, everyone. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Disgruntled Docs, and also check us out on Anchor FM, where we're posting our podcast to different social media platforms as Apple Podcasts and on Spotify as well.
Don't forget my OnlyFans.